we only do burgers in the summertime, so this is the time to stock up on these. And even for us, we got to buy a bunch of these because I guarantee you'll have somebody in October who's looking for these. I absolutely love these because for those of you who don't know, I'm a vegan, so I have to make cheeseburgers for my husband and I have to make veggie burgers for myself. So this is absolutely perfect because I can literally make his patties, put the meat in, give it a twist, and his are all set, put my seal on, and I've got this in my freezer. And then I can have a whole nother stack with my veggie burgers, and it's all done. I don't have to buy the pre-portioned ones that are totally full of sodium and everything that I don't want to have to be consuming. But you're doing it the way you want to do it, and it's so much cheaper in the long run when you do it yourself. Whenever you buy stuff like that from the grocery store, they're loading it with preservatives, they're jacking up the price just because they took the time to punch it into the little patties, and let's face it, you don't want to eat all that stuff anyways. You have the choice between getting the 4 keepers with the seal, the ring, and the press for $22, or who only has 4 burgers in their freezer, right? You can also get 8 total with 2 seals for the total cost of $22. In the little pull-out that is only good for the first 2 weeks of the month, there's a few little extra specials, one of which is the patriotic tumblers. And for the Canadian people, they also have the Canadian flag, but I think right now we'll worry about these. You get a 4 set of these for $15. These are really great for the kids because if they are going to be at the baseball games and stuff like that, you can give them their drinks. You can put this right in the freezer, have the bottom freeze on you, pour the rest of your lemonade or your water in, and it'll keep it nice and cold. And that way you don't have to worry about that big hunk of ice when you put the ice cubes in and they're drinking and it's always getting stuck in the mouth, because my daughter does that every single time. It never fails. I love this tote pail. My kids actually have mine from when I was a little kid because my grandmother kept it. A little something that some of you might not know unless you actually watch the videos. If you look carefully, they have little animals on each piece, and depending on how you're looking at it, this is right side up, this one's upside down. So when I flip it, it becomes right side up. And it's on opposite sides. Each piece has a different shape, so the kids are going to be learning their colors along with their shapes. They're going to learn coordination because it'll help them work with their stacking. And the whole thing fits together into one. And the breakfast bowl seals fit right on top of this to seal it off. So you can totally cover it up, not have to worry about the sand getting all over the house when you bring it back home. Wait until you get it into the sink and you're actually trying to clean it off. And that way your kids aren't walking into the house and it's going upside down. Because let's face it, nothing gets cleaned when you're at the beach. And the last little thing that I'm going to show off, because I'm very excited about this, is the Smart Prep system. I'm a huge fan of the seasoners, but this one makes it even better. And the reason why is I hate sticking my hands in the marinade. I hate touching the raw meat. And when you're doing like a shake and bake, the last thing you want to do is you get the egg all over your hand and then you're touching it and then you end up coming up and your hands are disgusting. This does the whole thing for you with the little tray. You're literally just going to rest it here, close it off with a couple snaps on each side, and then put it in your fridge, and every once in a while give it a little turn, and it does the whole thing for you. In the book it actually has a really nice recipe for the sale book, just to give your customers a little something extra. And I actually photocopied this down into little cards, that way my customers could take it, that way they're not stealing all my sales books. So, that's about it.
Very nice. That's good. A lot of great ideas.
My name is Carrie. I've been with Tupperware since November. I am now a manager. I have my food at Raleigh. My other girl here, hi. course you get them from other people and things like that, but what I do is, here's one way. The Forever has the Forever Herald News, and it has SVP section every Thursday in it, and it gives you a calendar of things that are going on for the next couple months, gives you all by date, what it is. So one time I was looking through it and I found that the Carousel in Forever was having a princess breakfast for the children. I called them up, I says, hey, I set up a table, be a fundraiser for the Carousel, we'll do that while the proceeds were going. So they're like, oh sure, never thought of that. So I set my table up there. The mothers were with the children doing things, baking cupcakes, and I was talking to all the people that I was there. They made some money for the Carousel, and I did get a couple orders. And then there's another one that I did was at my daughter's school that had a big pancake breakfast. I called them up, I said, hey, can I set up a table, and we'll do a fundraiser table for 40% off, towards your school. And I said, well, let me call some other vendors, because that wouldn't be fair. So she called some other vendors. Got 25 of us together, so it just turned out to a regular vendor event. I sold a lot of things to all the teachers here, the water bottles, and I got a couple leads. So you kind of have to create and be a little creative in what you think you have in here. But I've done a lot of, like I said, I tried a couple yard sales. I don't like them. The reason I don't is because it's cheaper people there, and they don't want to spend the money on it. But if you haven't tried one, at least try one, just to say that you've tried it.